Very nice morning to everyone. So this is Saravanan. So we have to see the concept of fuzzy logic and fuzzy reasoning in artificial intelligence concept. So fuzzy logic is an excellent concept in the knowledge representation. So is something is a different, it's going to helpful for giving a nice resultant. So most probably, most of the cases, we are not going to provide some of the crystal clear resultant. So in that case, we are going to use a fuzzy logic as we have to provide some of the decimal type of values, that value limits between like 0 to 1. So we know well most of our home appliances is having a fuzzy logical activities. So it's like a microwave oven and temperature controller. Most of the appliances is having a fuzzy logic concept. So this should be most probably useful in knowledge representation of an artificial intelligence system also. So now we have to see the concept of fuzzy logic and fuzzy reasoning, and also the very important key concept of the fuzzy logic is nothing but the fuzzy inference right now. So we have to see it now. So this is what the fuzzy logic. Yeah. So fuzzy logic and fuzzy reasoning. So the fuzzy logic system is having a decision making as its primary work. So most of the knowledge representation or decision making situations, as we are going to use some fuzzy system for making of a good resultant. And under this fuzzy logic, fuzzy inference is an key unit of the particular concept. This particular inference system having a concepts like if-then rules. So that if-then conditional rules is play a very major role, and that should be more helpful for most of the decision making such concepts. And this statement it also having a connector like a and or connectivities. So that should be most helpful for joining of multiple conditions to find a good resultant in some important situations. Fuzzy inference is the process of formulating mapping from a given input to the output using the fuzzy logic. Mapping then provide a basic from when decision can be made. So the process of fuzzy inference is involves all its concepts. So the fuzzy reasoning, it going to use this fuzzy inference is very important for most of the situations. They should be having the concepts like a membership function, fuzzy logic, operators, if then rules, and etc. This particular fuzzy logic, it's having an fuzzy inference of different types like Montani inference and Sugino inference. We have to see one by one in the upcoming. So there are characteristics are available for a fuzzy inference system. It should be very helpful for understanding about the fuzzy logic and also the fuzzy inference system. So the output from fuzzy inference system is always a fuzzy set irrespective of its input, which can be fuzzy or crisp. So the output of this particular unit is either fuzzy input or a crisp input, but this unit, it must be or it always be given the fuzzy set as the output. It is necessary to have a fuzzy output when it is used as a controller, because we not able to provide a rounded value of the controlling activity. So we have to provide some fuzzy output as a control unit activity. So there is another unit here is a defuzzifier unit. This would be there with a fuzzy inference system to convert fuzzy variable to a crisp variable. So is another unit which is available in this fuzzy logic system. So is a block diagram is going to clearly explaining you how the fuzzy inference system is work. So this fuzzy inference system is having a fuzzy unit, inference unit, and also defuzzification unit. Those units are having a good connections with the fuzzy knowledge database. This fuzzy knowledge database is having a concepts like a rule base and database. Rule base is having a different types of rules, which is most helpful for solving a lot of problem in this particular activity. And database, it having lot of data, which is most probably helpful for this particular fuzzy inference system activities. So these are all an important unit should be coming to play a major role in this particular activities. So here the rule base is containing a fuzzy if then rules. So we are going to check any kind of conditions. For that we are going to use this if then rules. So we are going to connect multiple conditions with the help of AND connector or connector, and that should be involved in this if then rules activities. So we may able to making different types of if then rules condition checking statements according to the need. And we are having a database that define the fuzzy membership function for the fuzzy rule. And we are having an inference unit, it having a different types of algorithms or an operations on the rule that should be applied to fetch the necessary information from the knowledge database. So according to the user's need or the situational need or an activity need, that rules are going to frame and this particular algorithm is going to execute, and the corresponding result is fetched from the knowledge database from there itself. And here there are two different types of units are available, like an fuzzification unit and a defuzzification unit. That fuzzification unit, it convert the crisp variable to the fuzzy set variables. So it always give the fuzzy set resultant. And defuzzification unit, it convert the fuzzy variable to the crisp variable. So it always give a crisp variable resultant. Irrespective of the input, fuzzification unit, it give the crisp variable set, and defuzzification unit, it provide a crisp variable unit. So there are two different types of methods are available in the fuzzy inference system. One is the Mamtani fuzzy inference system, and another one is the Takiki Sugino fuzzy systems. So both the systems are having this name according to the developer of this particular concept. So we have to see one by one. So the first one is the Mamtani fuzzy inference system. This was actually proposed in the year of 1975 by Effasin Mamtani. So is the developer of this particular concept. It was anticipated to control the steam engine and boiler combinations. There are steps are coming to rise the activity of this particular Mamtani fuzzy inference system. The first thing is we have to determine the set of fuzzy rules which is going to use in this particular concept. And next one, by using the input member function which is available in the database, which is most helpful for the above activities. And it combining the fuzzified input according to the fuzzy rules to fetch the necessary information from the knowledge database. And it going to determine the consequence of rules by combining the rule strength and output the Mamtani fuzzy inference system. So this is going to combining all the consequent to get a actual output of the particular whole systems. Finally, it should be feed into the defuzzifier unit that should going to provide us a crisp output of the particular activities. So these are all the different types of steps is going to useful in this particular Mamtani fuzzy inference system. So as we have to see the next concept, which is an Tekiko-Sugino fuzzy inference system or an fuzzy model. This was proposed by Takeki-Sugino and the Kong in 1985. So this format is, this rule is, so having and rules is like if x is a and y is a b, then z is equal to the function of x comma y, where a, b, and they are the fuzzy set and f of x comma y is a crisp function which is going to use in this particular system. So this would be having the steps like fuzzifying the input. This is going to having an input of the system. It's made fuzzy. So is a fuzzification unit like this going to provide a fuzzy set and going to applying the fuzzy operator. This fuzzy operator, it must be applied to get an actual output of the particular work. So this should be having a rule format of the Sugino form. If 7 equal to x and 9 equal to y, then the output is z equal to ax plus by plus c. So this is what um, happening of this is Takaki-Sugino fuzzy inference systems. So it should be very, very helpful and most useful for fuzzy system activities. So this would be a nice concept which we are going to use for knowledge representation in artificial intelligence. So I hope you understand this particular concept of fuzzy logic and fuzzy reasonings. So there are different types of reasonings, different types of inference conditions or constraints are available in the fuzzy logic that should be more helpful for making of an excellent system for help us. So I hope you understand. So I hope you understand this particular concept well. So we will see some other concepts in next video. So thank you.